guys. So yes, I'm filming a video in my pajamas. Yes, it is 4 a.m. but I just decided I was gonna make a video. So this is like my first like book kind of video that I'm putting on this channel. So I wanted to go through my 2025 TBR and a little reading journal that I've created. So I am gonna just take you through which books I am hoping to read and why. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm just gonna put like a little thing on the screen. I'm gonna follow it on my laptop. I've done it on GoodNote 6, I think it is, on the screen. And I basically use templates from other reading journals to kind of create my own type of thing. So yeah, so the first page is just like the list of books that I'm hoping to read, and I've got little stars next to them, so whether I've got the book at home, whether I'm able to buy the books, or whether I'm having them bought for me for like Christmas or my birthday, because my birthday's relatively near to Christmas. This is a challenge my girlfriend and I do, so there are a couple of rules. So there's got to be 200 pages minimum. My girlfriend picks 2 of them, and I've got to do at least 1 non-fiction book. So the books my girlfriend has picked is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, I believe, and then The Fury by Alexander Gordon Smith. And my 1 non-fiction book is The Selfish Gene, because it's meant to be really good. So yeah. Okay, so and then I've got a little bookshelf thing where I colour in each little book, and each corresponds to the book on the list. Then I've got a page tracker with a little key at the side, and then I've got a little thing to say how many like pages I've read total. I think this year, if I have a look, I've read oh, that's not updated, almost 9,000 pages, something like that, which is not amazing, but I've been busy. Okay, and then I've got reading minutes, same sort of thing. And then I've got this little kind of review thing. So it's got the book cover, title, author, and then it will have the main characters once I've actually read the book, and then the genre, and then a little review, what format it's in, rating, and would I read it again. So I've got this for each book. So I will now go through which books I'm going to read. So the first one is Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Like I said earlier, my girlfriend recommended this book. It's crime, so I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it, because crime is kind of like my thing. I'm an avid crime fan, as you'll see by the books I've picked for this list. Okay. The next one is The Fury. Again, this one my girlfriend picked. This is a horror book. Again, horror is very much my thing. So yeah, I've just realised my flatmate's upstairs, and he can probably hear me recording this video right now. He'll probably watch it back and make fun of me, but it's fine. Okay, next one. There are 25 books on this list, by the way. So the next one, we've got a classic. We've got, I believe it's Wuthering Heights, yep. And again, I'm reading this because it's a classic, and I feel like I should read it. Also, my mum got me like this comic book version of it, so I feel like I should read the actual book before I read the comic book version. Otherwise, the comic book might not make much sense. Okay, and then we've got A Little Life. This has been heavily recommended on Book Talk. I don't know if it's going to be my kind of thing, but we'll find out. Okay, then we've got The Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code. And again, this feels like it's kind of crimey kind of book, apparently. And again, it's sort of a classic in a not being a classic, but kind of is a classic way. So I feel like it might be good for me to read. And I've got that one upstairs, so that's good. Then obviously The Selfish Gene, like I said, it's a very highly recommended book. Obviously it's non-fiction, so I needed a non-fiction book. It's quite long. Well, it's not that long, so I don't know. We'll see how that one goes. Up next, The Art of War, again, another classic. I haven't actually written down the genre for that. Maybe I couldn't find it. I will have to do that. I didn't even notice. Yeah, and then what do we have? The Mermaid Singing. This is the first in a series, which I believe I've actually accidentally read the second one too. I think it might be the Karen Peary series, but it might be the Ali Burns series. I'm not actually too sure at the moment. But it could be neither of those and could be a completely different one. Actually, it might be... No, it's the first in the Tony Hill series, because this is the second one. But because I'm starting that in the new year, and I don't actually have that book yet, I'm just going to read this one first. You don't have to read them in order. This is Val McDermid. Oh, I love her. She's possibly one of my favourite authors. I read... The first book of hers I read was her forensics book, which is actually non-fiction, but it was so interesting. I read it when I was like 10, and it's dead interesting. Again, she's crime fiction. She's literally known as the Queen of Crime, so if you ever see me with a Val McDermid book, you just know I'm enjoying it. The next one is Christine by Stephen King. Love a bit of Stephen King, although he is apparently a bit of an odd guy. But I read Misery this year, so I'm hoping Christine will also be quite good. Reading Misery actually weirdly made one of the Family Guy episodes make sense to me, because they did a parody of it, and it all made sense in the end, so that was quite fun. And then we go on to The Way of Kings. So, okay, I'm going to take this off because it's actually really bothering me. Peep my pyjama top. Oh, it's too warm. We have the heating on. It's winter. We needed it. So this is book 1 in the Stormlight Archive. I actually read the Mistborn series, well, era 1 of the Mistborn series this year, courtesy of my flatmate Ed, who basically forced me to read them. We did a book swap. And yeah, Mistborn book 1, which I believe is it The Final Empire? Maybe, I don't remember. He made me read it, and fantasy's not normally my thing, but I did actually quite enjoy it. So now he's recommended that I read the Stormlight Archives. So we've got Stormlight 1, which is The Way of Kings. We've then got Words of Radiance. We've then got Oathbringer, Rhythm of War, and then Wind and Truth. Then we've got Cujo, again, more Stephen King. Hoping this will be good. Again, it's horror, so my kind of thing. Then Silence of the Lambs, which I already have. And, I've watched the movie. I normally don't watch movies before I read books, so I'm hoping the book will be good. The movie was excellent, whereas, like, this year I read American Psycho, and I was really disappointed by the movie, but the book did not disappoint. And I sort of wish I'd read the book first, but also then the movie would have disappointed me even more, so I don't know. And then we've got Sophie's Choice, again, kind of classic fiction. I have no idea what this book's about. I've heard it referenced so many times, and so it'd be nice to know. Then Trick of the Dark, again, another Val McDermid. Past Lying, another Val McDermid. 1979, which is another Val McDermid, but it's the first in a series, but I've read the second, which is 1989. This is Ali Burns, so this was fantastic. I also read another one of hers earlier on in the year called The Skeleton Road. Fabulous. Could not keep that book, could not put that book down. It was incredible. And then we've got Good Omens. Again, I watched the series. I think it's really good. Not too keen on what's been going on with Neil Gaiman. But we love Terry Pratchett, so yeah, and also we love a good bit of David Tennant. Not that David Tennant's in the book, obviously, but it makes me think of David Tennant. Dracula, it's a classic horror, and I've never read it, which I feel like is criminal. The Secret History, again, it's listed as psychological fiction. I'm not really sure what that means, but I knew somebody who read this, and I saw them quite a bit as they were reading it, and they could not put it down. They really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I will too. And then 2 more Val McDermid's. We've got The Last Temptation and The Torment of Others, which again I think are books in a series. So yeah, so that's my yearly to be read. I'll probably read some other bits and bobs along the way. Like even though these weren't on my to be read this year, I've been reading the Zelda, comics, I guess, graphic novels, whatever you want to call it. And my flatmate is a massive Zelda fan, so after I've read them, he gets them, which he's very happy about. It's like an extra little Christmas present. So yeah, my next video I will just do probably a Christmas book haul, because I'm meant to be getting quite a few books for Christmas. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. That is it. All right.